Hey guys, so tonight I was thinking that I could show parents the basics for leaps, and this is generally how I would run a class. We run things a little more with repetition in a regular class, and we do things over and over and have the kids actually do them. But I wanted to get some of the kids together so I could show you kind of how I teach them and how I tell them to move their bodies a little bit. So this is kind of what to look for at home. So I'll hopefully have a few more videos, and if you want to learn anything, I would hope that you would comment in the bottom, like, subscribe, and tell me what else you would like to learn, and I can make more tutorials and videos for you.
So we're going to be working on leaps and the basics of leaps right now. So this is for at home. So you parents that don't know what to do with your children, you're going to figure it out today. So there's going to be our arm placement. So we go over our arm placement. So when we're doing a chasse or a step into our leaps, our arms are in low fifth position. So show me your low fifth position. So here. And if you turn to the side, everybody turn to your side. See how you guys are really tighten in. Make sure it's a little pulled away from your body, and those elbows aren't drooping. I want those elbows pushed a little forward, and so it's more flat and more like tabletop. But I don't know if you can see this in the video, but she just raised her shoulders as she did this, and we want to keep our shoulders pulled back and dropped. So if I'm facing the back, I'm pinching right here, and I'm trying to pinch it. So when we relax, we're pinching our backs. Tucking our tummy right here. So right here, you want to really pull that and lift that high. Keep that flat, and again, drop the shoulders. There you go. Yes? So then my face back forward for me. So this is generally when we're doing a chasse. As a teacher, I don't like thumbs showing, so I will tell them to tuck their thumbs. So everybody tuck your thumbs. And if you're going to tuck your thumbs, you're not going to tuck it and leave that thumb in the air. You're going to make sure it's either tucked tight next to you or hiding behind your other fingers. Now, when we're doing our leaps, say we do a right leap, so put your right foot forward. In the leap, we do L arms, and when we do our L arms, they're usually opposite arm as leg is forward. So everybody show me a flat L and a raised L is up here. And see how our hands are all facing forward? We're going to turn it and face it to the side wall. There you go. So Gracie, there you go. Turn it to the outer side wall. If we switch, we're going to go in and switch legs. We do the left leg to the other side. And drop those shoulders, please. And back up. There we go. Okay, now if we're going to do a side leap, our hands are not the same as they are for a forward leap or a back leap. So when I'm traveling, I'm going to present, right? So present and pretend we chasse into the T. When we're in our T, teachers all teach differently, so sometimes we have it curved in and slightly rounded. Generally this is more for ballet, right? Okay, but for me, I like the flat T. It just depends on who you're working with, as long as the shoulders are pressed down and the back is super tight. Okay, and then when I go into my side leap, I have to prep, right? So we prep arms now, where in the other leaps we would do it in the transition. So right now we're doing a prep arm, and then we explode, and that's either up, side, or down. Or if you want to get fancy with it, whatever fancy arms you do, right? Over landings, because that's where the biggest mistakes are. When we do a side leap, we go up with one leg and we step it out. The other leg is now coming in, and it always steps behind. So everybody show me your step behind. Okay, and then we're going to go up on the leg and turn out of it. We always turn to the back, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, so everybody do that one more time. So face the front. We're going to pretend we do a leap. And step behind. And go out of it. And we're back forward, ready to do the next leap, correct? Okay. Now if I were to land down in my side leap, I would normally if I were to drop to the ground, I would drop on that back leg and I would tuck and roll this way. So when I do a side leap, I want to tuck and roll forward. So my legs are up, I'm going to set that foot down, I'm going to bring in my second leg and tuck to the ground. So everybody show me, you go here, touch the floor, tuck and go to the ground. Yes, and then we sit on our booties and we roll. And did you see those mistakes right there? So let's go back over that. So, she just turned the wrong way. That's okay. A lot of the little kids get confused when we go into this. Just make sure you tell them, like, focus on the butt cheek. So you're gonna sit down, and then you're gonna roll this way. Put your feet forward as you go, yep, and cross, and then you're gonna go into that stand-up. Okay. Boom. And cross your legs and stand up. But as you're doing this, see how she's like struggling to turn around? It's because she's not actually traveling with the turn. After you do your leap, you want to go tuck and roll, so you're actually going to tuck to the back, not the whole side. So everybody, let's go faster. I think it'll be easier. And I want you to quickly drop to the floor, roll and stand up. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, roll. Go to that and up. Okay, do you see those direction mistakes right there? When we go into this, we want to tuck, roll, and travel this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she still went forward, but and it's because she's tucking still to the side. So land your leap. You're gonna tuck this. You're gonna tuck it and face the back. As you tuck, yep, point those ankles really hard, and then sit and roll, and then cross and follow jump right there. There you go. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, sit, roll. 3, 4, and we're up. Very nice, that was a lot better. Okay, now we're gonna do a right leap. Okay, so we're all gonna face the side, and we're gonna show how we get to the ground. So, when we do a leap, we're pointing, right, as we chasse or run. Our leg rises, and we jump, and everything pops like a bubble at the same time. So it goes pop, and then we land on which foot, ladies, the front or the back? The front. Front. So we're gonna land on that front leg, and as we drop. So this one's gonna glide like it doesn't weigh anything. It's like a feather. Okay, so and it's gonna come in, and we're gonna land down. So if I were to land up, it would just kind of step through, but I'm landing down right now. So as we land down, it slides on top of the foot, still pointed, and slides into my foot. So I don't want to pull my foot to my leg. I want my leg to just slide to my foot. And, okay, she just made a mistake right here. She went on her toes, but that's actually good to show. So a lot of people leap like this, and they land on their toes like this, and then there's a huge gap right here. And that can cause a lot of damage or possibly break your foot and shoot up through your shin. And I've actually witnessed this, so I know firsthand it will happen. Okay, so point the top of your foot, and you want to make sure you're landing on almost like the ankle right here as you glide through. So make sure you're not landing that one wrong, or else you'll get hurt. Okay, so let's try that all together. We're going to pretend to do a leap, a right leap. We leap, land on the front foot, and come in, drop. Okay, stand up and do the left side. We point and do a left leap, forward, touch, and back. Good. And right here, I want everybody, when they hit their landings, to focus on your body placement. So now everybody, I want you to sit up tall, lock out your back. Your shoulders can't be hunched, they need to be pulled back and pretty. And then chins are up, and whenever you're dancing, you should always try to have that L fit. So everybody, make an L with one of your hands, and see if it'll fit under your chin. Okay, we like long necks. L for long neck, right? And here, you can see yourself. Okay, see how some of your shoulders are in line with your knee? I want you to put your shoulders in line with your bum. There you go. Do you see the difference and how pretty that looks? So now what we're going to look for is what not to do in our leaps. And this is generally what I see with little kids. And they're bad habits that they just create on their own because they do anything to get the leap up. They don't think about their technique getting into it, right? So Riley's gonna do a leap for us. Let me see it. Okay, so right here we just saw 3 mistakes. So the 3 mistakes are when she went into her leap, she stepped with the flexed foot. She was beautiful right here, but then she did running man arms, and then she did her leap, and then she didn't land sitting right up, right? So those were 3, right? Okay. That was better. Okay, so that was like pretty decent. See how she when she was going, she didn't move her hands at all, and she just went. It's okay if you do kind of pull that grip just a tiny bit to that front hip, and then go into your leap just so you can get a little good prep into it in that step. So they both were decent leaps, but there's things that they could both fix, right? And what else should we look for in a leap?
Toe ball heel.
Toe ball heel, right? So Joe, come show me the bad feet. She's gonna show us bad feet. So if we do a run, we don't want to see, show me a bad run with your flex feet, right? So she's leading with her heels and just stomping. And as a dancer, we want to tread lightly. Okay, now I want you to do an ugly chasse. Flex those feet. So she's, again, leading with the heel, going into it. Where we should be doing susu and leaping as high as we can, or jumping as high as we can, right? Connecting the ankles, and then leading back toe ball heel. Okay, so toe ball heel. Pointing, and we point. Toe ball heel, toe ball heel. So even now, she still thinks, come here, this is a good example. She still thinks she's pointing her toes. So you have to acknowledge the kids that think they're doing good when they're actually making a mistake. So she is pointing, but then she sets the foot down flat, so just go flat. She just goes down. What she needs to do is brush the toe, then the ball, then the heel. Does that make more sense?
Yes.
See how you're doing that wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to try that and brush toe ball heel, and then when you're doing the same thing with the other foot, same thing. Brush that toe across the floor and then toe ball heel it. There you go. And then also this is why we go over the ballet steps even in a jazz class, because the kids need to know a brush and brush through, brush back, right? And that way you get those habits of I need to brush to my leap. Brush. Okay? So let me see a really pretty chasse step with really brushed and pointed feet. That was so much better. It was so much better. But we can always get better, right? We can keep working on it. Okay, so I'm going to do my leaps now with square hips. So we're going to do right leap again. So our foot and our hips are forward. We don't want those hips to be rotated and sitting up, right, when we're doing a leap. So the hip is squared. So let's actually put our hands on our hips so we can see it better. So the hips are squared forward, and so raise that leg like you were to do a leap. And we don't want that butt to raise, so raise your butt like it's bad. Okay, see how that hip is coming up? We want it sit and square, and that would be a really good leap. And then same to the side. If we go to the side, it's a pretty straight line. And then same with my back leg, it's straight out and square. That hip is not raised, it's just flat, and it's like we're sitting in the splits. So see how even when she's sitting in her splits, there's a tiny hip raise? We want to practice pushing that foot down and rotating that hip down and raising that upper body up. So when we do our leaps, we get that really big pop. Okay, you can come out of that. So now when we're doing a side leap, our leg is up, and we're going to look for hands again on our hips. We're gonna actually, let's put this one leg, yeah. So we want to avoid the butt raise right here and the foot down. So I see a lot of feet pointed down. So what we want to tell our kids is to sit in the hip, raise the leg, rotate the foot out, and then the leg needs to come a little forward and do what's more natural. So if I'm sitting to the side, it's not sitting completely sideways, it's actually going to be sitting more forward and like I'm in a straddle. So also I need to press down and lift the leg. So go into a T, and a lot of the kids think it's a toe touch, so I have to touch my toes, and we don't want to do that. We want the toes to come to our hands. So they need to come up. Yep. And then I stay lifted and up here. So this, from my waist to my head, stays solid, and it's my legs doing most of the work. So I prep, and then I throw that up. And when I'm in it, I'm gonna hold you. I want you to hit your straddle. 1, 2, 3, go to your straddle. Just like that. Okay. So it felt awkward, but once she lifts her legs and sits, right, you were like, oh, okay, I can sit in it. And that's the goal. So just like doing toe touches, that's a really good practice to get higher side leaps and working on that jump into those. I want you to show me a pretty pointed chasse step leap, okay? Ready? This is our right leap. 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3. Lots better. Okay, wait, where's your landing? Pull those bodies up tall. Okay, thank you. Okay, go to the side. Let's go here. Okay, and I want you to do present, chasse, prep, side leap, step, turn out. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Nice. Okay. So our left foot's gonna be dotted behind us because we're about to do left leap. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and point those toes. Good. Nice landing. I don't want you guys to worry about height. I want you to worry about your feet in this video. So it doesn't need to be perfect. Just make sure your legs are straight and pointed really hard, okay? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and leap. There you go. Very good. Yep.
So basically that is what to do and what not to do in your leaps. You know, the general moves of the feet, the legs, the hips. Make sure your torso is strong, the arms, the shoulders, the arm placement. And of course your head needs to be up and presentable. But that is a good little summary of your leaps. And again, if you would like to help me out by commenting in the comments below and tell me what else you would like to learn, that would be great. And like, subscribe, let me know. And hopefully this video helps you, and hopefully it helped my children, because they are my fun, happy little loves of my lives, okay? But yeah, hopefully there's some progress from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Happy dancing. Bye.